Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode in beautiful Austrian Alps in Geistal. I have to tell you that I have been on the phone with the vehicle shop, with the dealer, and they said that they have something that I might be interested in. And let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about. This one's gonna be epic. So, in the used vehicles market, they currently have a Steyr tractor, Steyr Absolute CVT, for 102,000, so it's 57% off. And they also have a Fendt 700 Vario 6th generation for 64,000. Now, if I have a look at this one is a bit bigger. Then the Fendt, it comes with the front loader attacher, which is awesome. That might come useful, and the base horsepower is 224. So you can get some things set up for it. For example, it's compatible with Izaria Pro Compact. This means that we can make even more precise measurements on how much fertilizer we gotta apply. We could get a panoramic window for 1,200 extra, but it's fairly small, so I don't know if it's gonna be any good. But if we go to the top setting, that means 302 horsepower, which I think would satisfy our needs completely. We only pay 135,000 euros for it, which is just a bit less than 40 grand cheaper than the Claas tractor we currently have on test drive. Now, if we take a look at the Fendt 700 Vario, this one comes with 150 horsepower from the get-go, and it's only 70,000. So if I would push it up to 246 horsepower, which is a bit more than 50 less than the Steyr tractor. It doesn't come with the front loader attacher, but we could get this for 118,000. So all in all, looking at it, and since I was preparing to pay 172, or anyway, around 175,000 for the Claas tractor, I do think I'm gonna order this Steyr. So let me make the arrangements, and I'll see you just before I purchase it. Alright, well, this is the final setup that I ordered. So it's got 302 horsepower, which I hope is gonna be enough for us to actually live the rest of our lives here with this tractor without needing anything more powerful. The tires are Trelleborg, they have enough meat on them. I was looking at BKT tires, but these ones are fairly narrow, and I fear that the tractor might start slipping. Yeah, so these are nicely chevroned and they have enough meat on them so the tractor won't slide on the road. I opted for panoramic window. After all, we are working in the beautiful Alps, and it would be a shame to obscure my view. Izaria Pro Compact, that would be additional 15,000. I'm not gonna take it just yet. It can be added as an aftermarket. But yeah, so 135,000. Let's purchase it. And yes. Now, this is an exciting start to an episode. In any case, I gotta take this Claas tractor back. Have to return it. As we discussed, there's not gonna be any charge for having it, so all I gotta do is take it back. And I can take my old Fendt back up the hill. In the meantime, I'm gonna call the vehicle shop yet again and have a chat about them providing us with a square baler. We technically could go with a round baler, but since I might use it on these steep hills, it's probably much better to have square bales since they don't, well, roll off the hill. Yeah, no. I'm gonna have a look if there's anything worthwhile to get, otherwise I just might have to lease something to bale all the straw that's down there. But yeah. I believe you didn't expect this to be the start of this episode, and neither have I. But I'm happy that things are as they are. I hope the vehicle shop is already open. Yes, the service spot is. Okay, good. So, yeah, the other shop opens at 9. So I can't really do anything yet. I'm just gonna have to wait here. I'm gonna park the tractor where I found it. And yeah, this was a beautiful piece of kit. I only raked up, oops, turn the beacons off. I have only raked up 1.5 hours on it, so not too much. It's only gotten slightly dirty. But yeah, our Fendt is fixed and it's ready for pickup, and this is our new tractor. They said they already have it in bay. And man, this is a beast. Wow. And it's actually locally made. Steyr is an Austrian company. So yeah, I will proudly represent. In any case, I'm gonna have to wait for a bit till we can do and clear things up. In the meantime, yeah, be right back. I have spoken with the service staff, and yeah, that Steyr is pretty banged up, so even though it looks brand new, technically it's gonna have to have quite a lot done to it, so I'm gonna leave it here, let them service it completely from the ground up, and in the meantime they said that I can check the parts that they changed on the old Fendt. And this is the log, I think. Yeah, the valve train was broken or damaged, so it had to be replaced. So yeah, the valves were not opening properly, which is a good thing that it's now fixed. Yeah. The shop is now open, and I'm gonna go sort out my baler thingy. We should be all ready now. Alrighty. Well, a new baler is already waiting for me outside. And look at this, it's a Krone. Big pack, 120 to 80. I don't know what that means. And we bought 2 spools of twine. Which probably go in here, I think. Well, one would think. So this one is a square baler. And I think it's gonna be a pretty good addition to the farm. There is an option to get it with two wheels or two axles, but I opted for this one because these tires I think are gonna hold better on the inclines. And the good thing is it only takes 115 horsepower to run, even though it's a massive piece of kit. So this fence should be more than enough to run it. Say what you want, but the sound of this old engine, yeah, it's very nostalgic, very good. It can be deafening at times. That's also true. And I have also ordered a front loader arm for the Steyr. I hope it's gonna be here when it's all fixed up. So we can start putting it to work. There's gonna be quite a lot of purchases still, and we are down to 187,000. So yeah, money is dwindling, but for a good cause. So I've put one twine in the actual baler and lined it all up, and one is in reserve over there. But as far as I know, this twine doesn't really, or the baler doesn't really go through much of this material. So I think we're on the safe side if we only bought 2 spools. And while we're here, let's take the tractor to the gas station, fill it up, so we don't have any issues later on. Yeah, it is kind of fun being back in this old baby, the Brute. Alright, let's fuel you up. So I got billed another 1,160 euros for the thorough inspection. I opted for the full defectoscopy on the Steyr tractor, so they really have a thorough look at each and every part, and if there's anything wrong they're gonna let me know. And yeah, then I'm gonna order a service, probably with original equipment manufacturer parts. As I've said, it's you know, it would be a shame to get this beautiful tractor and then just run it into the ground with bad parts. I'm gonna have a sneaky feeling there's someone behind us. I'm gonna make myself as wide as possible. So nobody even thinks about crossing the road. Alright, well, it's gonna be the same as usual. We have to make sure that we don't make too sharp turns because of the PTO. Alright, we gotta unfold this part. So everything should be set up and good to go for us to start baling. So let's turn the PTO on. The engine load is 100% even when we're not moving. Well, is it working? Yes, it is. I don't want to go too fast, too fast. Be nice with equipment. I haven't found any information if with these big balers, if it matters if we turn it off and on multiple times. So I'll try to navigate this without turning it off, or as little as possible, because I really don't want to break the PTO or put additional stress on the tractor, even though you can see our engine load is all the way in the orange all the time. Shoot. If we're not counting the Steyr, this is the strongest tractor we have, and it's struggling. Looking behind us, it seems like the baler is picking up straw okay. There don't seem to be any issues. So it's just the engine load, huh? I don't know what they say. Shoot. If I could wait, I probably would. The Steyr to be ready, but the inspection itself is gonna last until 2 p.m. today, and before we get the tractor serviced and everything else, it's gonna take additional, should move this, it's probably gonna take additional, well, 20 hours. I got no idea how much, but it ain't gonna be quick. That's what I gathered from when we spoke with the service manager. Come on, you can do it. Look at the black smoke chugging out. Hurts my heart, but it's too late now. I gotta go through with it and hope the tractor will hold. I gotta say, reversing this monstrosity is not as bad as I expected it would be. It holds the line pretty nicely. It doesn't jackknife just because, you know. Because some short trailers, they do tend to jackknife. Like, there's nothing going on, nothing, jackknife. Gotcha, bitch. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing that we can actually reverse this nicely. In any case, this is probably gonna take way too long to keep recording all the time, so let's do a few action shots and see you on the other side. Why don't we? Picking up the last row, and I've made 3, possibly 4 bales on this field, and I think each straw bale contains around 9,000 liters. Not too shabby, everyone. But yeah, the tractor is much too overloaded. All right. Let's give the engine some time to recuperate. In the meantime, I can have a look at what we've made. Yeah, there were 4 bales. I could drop another one. Very nice, very compact. And probably very heavy. Well, there's no time like now. So the time is for field number 2. Field number 2 is probably gonna be more difficult than this one. So I was thinking of actually making a time lapse, so you can see the struggles and the roughness of terrain. So you can see what we have to do to make it happen. Right, so now you've seen what it takes to bale a field like this with equipment like this. And I do think you can appreciate it's not the easiest thing to do. But I believe we got additional 3 bales. Or is it 4? Okay, let's turn the PTO off and let's unload whatever we have. Okay, so 2 bales here, 3. Why did I have an impression there was one more over here? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Huh, weird. I was thinking it was 4, but alrighty then. There's probably still something in there. Yeah, it is. That's okay, we can leave it in the baler. Go forward and fold the back up. Right, now only the treacherous track back up the mountain and I think we're done. I do have a trailer on order. Or maybe... It might even be good if we could take one of the trailers that we have and just take the sides off. I'm gonna have a look, and if that's true I can still cancel the order. But I definitely need a front loader arm for the Steyr, since that's the tractor that has the attacher already built in. That's the cheapest if we actually upgrade that. And I need a bale handler for the Steyr tractor, the forks, and I possibly need bale forks for my Zittelmeier, the little front loader up at the farm. I'm gonna have to look around if there's any spikes available at the farm already. We technically could use the manure fork, but if I can, I want to avoid that because that's contaminated and I really don't want to put mucked up straw on the cow's ground for bedding, and I also don't want to put that in the heater. Oh, and by the way, I have spoken with Father about the moisture of the barley we harvested, and he said there's nothing we can do about it, but if it was too moist, we actually have a dryer built in to the silo. So yeah, if it was only too wet, we could sort it out to get the perfect moisture, but since it's too dry, we can't really do anything about it. If we start moistening it up, it's gonna sprout, and that's the crop ruined. Okay, now fingers crossed that we make it up the hill. This is such a heavy machine at the back. It's almost 9 tons empty weight, and you can really feel it on the fend. This is why it's important to get a good run up in the hill, and then we just throw it into low range and keep chugging upwards. A few hours later, I made it to the top. Oh, that was an ordeal. Let me tell you about it. Okay, let's push it up top, and I think I'm gonna store it in that shed straight in front of us, because this is almost a 10-ton machine and I can't really, well, I could possibly put it in the first floor in the barn, but since I have enough space over here, I think it's better if I use it wisely. Now the question is, will it fit? And the answer is no. it won't. Alright, what to do? Should probably take the other tractor, the Mercedes, and take the cultivator out. And the Mercedes should be up top over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Gotcha. Is this disconnected? It is. Oh wow. The warning light is shining bright like a diamond. Ah. Okay, this is also gonna need some maintenance. Alright, just got a notification from the shop that Steyr's app was checked and they didn't find any issues, so I'm gonna order the regular service and they can fix it in. Okay, now the beeping sound. Something seems to be amiss. Alright, let's put this in here. Do a little switcheroo. And let's put this into the first bay. And now it should have plenty of space. Now I can't see anything behind us. Let's straighten it out and I think we're good. Perfect, like it was made for it. Alright, do you need anything? Probably not, you have just been serviced. So I'm gonna take both tractors away, and in the meantime I'm gonna have a chat with the vehicle shop about the Steyr, and I'll give you a bit of an update. Do not scratch the Merc. Okay. Alright, so let's do the standard maintenance. These are our options, and it's gonna cost 4,590 and it's gonna take 20 hours. Repair any faults found? Yes, let's do that. Yeah, so I guess in the next episode we're gonna be able to use this beast. Yeehaw! And I'm looking forward to it very, very much. Okay, now the next thing to do for today is gonna be the last day I do on record so to speak, but I'm gonna take this into our own workshop. I'm gonna have a check what the beeping is all about, if, mind you, I can find anything wrong with it. Otherwise it's back to the vehicle shop. Which is technically not too bad, since we have to go down there any case, you know, to get the tire. But yeah, money is drying up. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun, and join us next time where we continue this beautiful adventure in this beautiful setting in the hard mountains. Take care and goodbye.